Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of The Bachelor. It's the women tell all. You know what that means. TMI. So this is the time of the season when we examine all of the dirty laundry from the entire season up to this point. So bring out all the future desperate housewives. Bring them out. Alright, but first, Chris and Jake. They're going to have a little chat, a little BS session. Jake, what about the whole Rozlyn scandal? We had to relive it for the 60,000th time. Then he was all like valiant. Could I be there when you told the ladies? Because I just want to look stupid. Elizabeth, remember her? She was the one who slipped him the stupid note that was like, I'm not going to kiss you. I don't want you kissing me because I want to be the last girl. I just threw up. Alright, Vienna. Yeah, she went bungee jumping with him. I think she went to the Christy Brinkley school of, I've got to have a near-death experience with you, then I will marry you. You remember the whole helicopter thing? Tenley, the fortune cookie. They both wrote kiss me. That's so cute. Allie, I have to leave for my job. Really, Jake? Alright, so it's dirty time. They started to show the bachelor party past contestants reunions. Oh my god. Chris Harrison, you are a pimp on Intercourse Island. This was so disgusting. I bet they had to hose the place down with penicillin after they were done. It's a sex club. That's not cool. They just want to have a good time though. Is that so wrong? I say the party's over on these people. Why don't you do us all a favor and just not reproduce? We don't need any more future pimps and hoes. So, they showed the bad, and now they have to show the good. They had a little montage of some of the least popular bachelors and bachelorettes doing some good things. Well, they had some of the more famous ones working with the 5th graders. It was like a paint-by-numbers mural that was in like 1,000 pieces. I wouldn't let my 5th grader hang out with these chicks and guys. But then they had the least popular ones giving out the food to the poor people. Whatever. I mean, come on. It was so staged, it was ridiculous. I'm sorry, guys. It's not cutting it. Bring out the ladies. Well, remember Ashley? She practiced that fall at the beginning where she fell on top of Jake so she could cop a cheap feel. And to boot, she's a potty mouth. Tenley, she was well liked, but it's because she's Mary Poppins. She craps out rainbows. Says Ashley, I think it was. No, it was Gia that said that. Vienna, drama. Did you watch the show? She's an immature 23-year-old, but apparently that's what he likes because she's still around and you are not. Elizabeth, what can I say, honey? You just look like a jerk. So it's time to trash Rozlyn. Girls, come up with your confessions. We saw them cuddling and kissing all the time and we were so disgusted. And Jessie even caught them making out on the stairs and she was on top of him. Then Ella was like, Rozlyn was on all fours. She needed to be put to bed. Spank, spank. And then Gia. They put her in the hot seat. And Chris Harrison was like, why do you think he sent you home? And she was like, well, I couldn't tell him I loved him or anything. So I think that's why he sent me home. Because I just couldn't tell him anything. And all the other girls were telling him stuff. No, it was the laugh. It was the It's not attractive. Michelle, she just wanted to be his co-pilot, and she told him several times. Then she kiss-raped him. I think that was the final straw because she got sent home right after that, in the middle of the date. No one liked her, but I have a feeling it was because she wasn't in Allie's teen girl squad. I'm the ugly one. Yeah, so let's bring out Rozlyn. Oh, wait. We first have to talk about Allie. Love or work? Well, we all know she chose work, and she thought it was a mistake. I guess so, because it cost her being on the show. He was a pilot. Why didn't he come find me? Because this is not a Cinderella fantasy. It's a TV show. So I didn't think he had his GPS set for Allie's house. And guys, support Vienna, because she's totally getting trashed in the tabloids. It's so unfair, and I'm sorry. So now let's bring out Rozlyn. The whole scandal with the production person. We were just friends. He just let me use his phone. Is that what he called it? Chris. Chris. Why did you have to insult her and bring in that reference about your son, you know, telling him just tell the simplest story, because that's the truth. And then Chris got a little defensive and he needed the girls to back him up. So he was all like, girls, tell us your evidence, your dirty, dirty evidence. And the girls were all like, we saw you. And one girl was like, I'll bet my dog's life. And then Rozlyn was like, well, I'll bet my son's life. And she was all like, why didn't you tape it? And then the girls are liars, but he totally visited me since he got fired with his dad and all. And Chris, guess what? He told me you were hitting on his wife in New Zealand. And Chris was like, ugh. Okay. So bring out Jake. He had to go face to face with Gia. And he said, my heart was crying when I had to let you go. And Allie, I'm sorry you had to make that decision. He's sounding a lot like Spencer Pratt right now. Catherine, she was upset because she felt like she never had a chance. But he told her, honey, you just didn't work for me. And out of all the girls, the only mistake he thought he may have made was not keeping Christina. So it's time for the blooper reel. It wasn't that funny, actually. Some dopey things of Chris Harrison making these pilot jokes and Jake not knowing what self-deprecating was. He thought it had something to do with feces. There was some farts. There was some butts in the face, some head bumps, some noisy birds, some drunks, some noisy fans, and Ashley flipping the bird. Always classy. So Jake is happy with his decision. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's engaged. And it's not like that's not happened before. You know, it's come down to this. Vienna and Tenley. Mary Poppins versus the pirate hooker. So, you know the season's not complete without the requisite rail cry. And they do not disappoint. It's already been in the tease. So next week, it's the finale. And the cast reveal for Dancing with the Stars. I'm more excited for that because I already know what goes down on the Bachelor. Till next week, much love.